Welcome to Zenroku, where anime meets personal growth. I'm your host, Michael Yerby, and today we have a special guest who's about to take us on a journey through his life, anime, and everything in between. He's a self-described nerd who's gone from college student, passionate about anime, to someone recognized by many as the anime whisperer. His podcast, Let's Gather, is a collection of conversations about original stories, interests, and careers. Without further ado, I present the one, the only, Ezekiel Williams.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm a little under the weather, but I can still push through.
No, I got you. So let's kick things off with something that's fun. If you could design your own Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck based on your personal traits, what kind of monsters or cards would be in it and why?
So my personal trait is always personable, being around people, always trying to help out. So I say like gutted beasts will definitely be in there because their archetype is tagging out when they attack and bringing somebody with them. So that collaborative nature would be definitely the deck.
Okay. See, that's what's up. I like that. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like one of those anime shows that, man, like for me, like it was pivotal in my development because it always like taught me never to give up. You know what I'm saying? Always check your deck, always trust in the cards, right? And it's like cards is, it's like chance. So and I take that into what I do now as, as a podcast host, entrepreneur, whatever, right? That success is not something that's like automatically given. You have to be consistent in what you do. And hopefully, you keep doing what you're doing, you go through your deck, and hopefully you get that card that you need so you can land on it, right? So, yeah, man. Earlier you mentioned when we was talking before, and you talked about losing your job this year was a big challenge. Can you share what those setbacks and influenced your outlook on life and your career?
So I used to work in radio advertisement, more specifically radio investment. So I help get ads on the radio. Usually listen to radio. You will hear an ad from one of our clients. I was a part of that, mainly doing invoicing and putting buys in. And when I lost the job, it was mostly just I took the time to take a second and breathe and be like, okay, this isn't the end of anything. This is just a new beginning. And it gives me time to really find what I want to do in life. And what was the rest of the question?
And then it's like your life and career. Like, so it's like, so you say what you really want to do. So what did you find that you like to do most?
I'm still trying to piece it together. It's like that one question I had my entire childhood, like, what you going to do the rest of your life? I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah.
But weighing my options. Just thinking about like if it's not like a job or like something within gaming. Because right now I'm in the FGC. I play fighting games competitively, and somewhere I can enter there as a career. That could be a good idea, or like teaching, because I can go to collaboration. I love working with people, so that's another avenue.
Now you say you play gaming competitively.
Yeah.
Like, so what are you ranked?
In Street Fighter, I'm in Master rank, which is you can say the highest rank. After that is Legend rank.
Oh yeah.
So because they have an MR rating once you get to Master, so that's like a rank. Right now it's like a 1400, so it's not like crazy because I haven't been too consistent, but I'm above average.
Yeah. Of course, 1400. He's downplaying it, guys. That's above average. For how many players is probably on there?
Yeah.
It's probably over 10,000, maybe 100,000, right? Players, and you're 1,400. So he's putting himself pretty low. He's being humble, guys. He's being 100% humble. We all know that anime characters push through like tough moments, just like what you were saying. How like moving from a different career now, you're trying to figure things out. And, we all try to figure things out, man, because I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I love podcasts. I love doing this, but do I want to do this for the rest of my life? So I do understand and feel you. So was there an anime character or a story arc that helped you find strength during these times?
I would say currently watching My Hero Academia. So spoiler alert for anybody who's not caught up with the latest seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But recently seen All Might going to Iron All Might,
Ooh,
and he using
spoiler.
the his students' powers, like he using their techniques as he's learning from them. As he also taught them, and he's still continuing with his mission to smile through the fight. So that's kind of been teaching me to like remember to always like they said, this isn't the end of the world. This could be a lot worse. This is manageable.
Yeah. And you're right, and you know what? I'll be honest, man. There's times where like it happened in my life consistently, like where one door closed and then another will open, and not necessarily right away, right? Because people make it seem like it's so easy, like the other door is just gonna open right away. But you have to like be very, very patient, and then you have to be like mentally, astute to it, because if not, it can knock you off your pivot. Like my wife says all the time, she's from Brooklyn. So, what I'm saying? She like, yo, son, what I'm saying? You got to stay in place. So, so that, and for all my New York people out there, if y'all say y'all don't talk like that, you're lying. Dead ass, as they say, right? So when you're transitioning from being just a nerd to someone who's known in college, what was the biggest change you noticed in yourself?
It was I would say, my ability to read people, not to like understand where to meet them at, and understand different personality types.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, man, that is something I deal with on a daily basis, man. Because I'm in the military. I got like 90-some people. I get the privilege to work with, and man, everybody has their different personalities. Some is laid back, some is very cautious. And I say 90% of them don't even trust you, because they see you as the boss or someone like you're in the way, until they realize that you're not there to harm or hurt. You're there to help. And to win someone's trust is very difficult. So I understand that, man. Trying to read people and actually learning that ability is so super important. So with that said, right, how did that shift the impact of your self-esteem and confidence?
I would say I've always been like a confident person. I'm pretty much somebody who's going to be myself over to become overconfident, because I'd rather be overconfident than underconfident.
Yeah. But now, do people take that as cockiness?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have you been in a situation where you just being your confident self, and then somebody's like, "Man, what are you doing?"
Yeah. But I'm always confident in things I know I can back up, and not like everything. I pick and choose.
Okay. So do you just stick with like, do you go to Comic-Con? So do you do what a lot of people do as LARPing? Do you do that as well? Or any of that, dressing up or anything of that nature?
Oh, I definitely dressed up a couple of years. I dressed up as Minuto from Naruto.
Okay. You getting there. You get all right.
What's his name? Dragon from
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon. Yeah. From Dragon Ball.
No.
Dragon.
From it's a team, they fight, and I'm blinking on it right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Dragon. He's
Dragon. It's not. No, it's
Tokyo.
not Dragon.
Wait, is it? It's not. It's Tokyo.
Is it not? Is it Tokyo Ghoul?
No, it's not Tokyo.
No, it's not Tokyo Ghoul. Dragon. Is that what's the one with they have the stands?
That's JoJo. It's not JoJo.
Yeah,
reference.
that's JoJo. Dang.
A JoJo reference.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Dang.
Tokyo Revengers. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I spray painted my hair because he has a tattoo on his head. I wasn't shaving my head. But spray paint, of course.
He said, "I ain't doing that." So you talked about self-confidence. Having too much self-confidence motivates you to achieve your goals, and then also how you move forward and being confident in what how do you balance your drive with those moments when things don't go as planned?
I usually talk it out. I always talk to my mother and say, hey, like right now I am not feeling myself. I kind of felt that for a couple months. I was like, I feel like a loser. For lack of better terms, like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't achieve what I wanted.
Yeah.
So like,
and you know what? Honestly, man, I can't tell you how to feel because what you're feeling is a real experience. I know I went through it as well. A lot of different things, probably similar but different, especially when when I wanted to go to college. I wanted to do something for myself, right? That actually school-wise, and I thought I was really stupid and dumb. Like I really thought I had, not thought, kind of do have dyslexia. And it was very, very hard for me to read, comprehend, and all that stuff, right? And so, long story short, my wife was like, hey, I didn't marry a man that gives up. You know what I mean? And so that kind of like pulled me to do something with myself and to like never give up no matter how hard it gets. Not saying it's easy, bro, because it is so difficult, but it's nice. I remember I told my mom about it, that, how my wife was saying and everything. And she was like, yeah. And she spoke life and confidence to me. And honestly, man, sometimes I'm feeling down. I'll be like, man, my wife, my mom, they speak life to me, man. And yeah, so I know how it feels. I definitely know how it feels. Especially if you're sick, man, you need mom's chicken soup. So yeah, I get you. Oh man. You're someone who advocates for others to speak up, right? And I've seen it through your podcast. Can you share an experience where you was being your own advocate made you a big difference in your life and your career?
In my life and my career, I'll say big advocate myself. Take a second, reflect. I'll say it's somewhere in college of me, because that's when I really became my own self-advocate of I might not have the answer, but I definitely can find somebody who does. That's what my counselor said in college. He was like, that's one of my skills was like, I always have somebody in my corner who knows something.
Yeah.
So it's
and I noticed that, man, you are very resourceful, very knowledgeable. And I love the stuff that you talk about, especially in your podcast, and when it comes to, I guess, being that confident, like, is there anything else that like drives you, to actually speak up? Because I can be confident, but sometimes I'll be quiet. I won't say that. But what makes you want to speak up and say something?
I think it's on two things. I think one is more survival. Like if I don't do it, there's nobody else who's going to do it for me. Not like people hate me or anything. We all have our own lives, and nobody. If we don't say what's in your mind, then it's not going to get done. Then on the other hand, I say I'm a reluctant leader because I don't always like to take the leadership role. But like if I see something not going well, I'm just going to take it. Not forcefully, like, okay, I'm in charge now. This is what we're gonna do.
Yep. No, I feel you, and that happens a lot. Like honestly, when one thing I love about being in the military, it kind of forces you to be the leader, especially when you are. It's no plan Bs. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no stepping away from it. You have to. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the answer, which sometimes I say 90% of the time I don't. But I know, like you said, I know where to find the answer. I know how to call somebody. I know how to be resourceful. And that does help so freaking much, man. So I get you. We've seen countless anime characters, overcome odds with the help of others, mentors, and stuff like that. So who's in your life that's been a big mentor to you?
A big mentor? I'll say, because if I say a teacher, I would say every teacher, then everybody's gonna be mad. But oh no, you didn't mention me. I was like, hey, I'll just blankly say my teachers because they're like one of the. I never had a teacher who didn't believe in me. I was very lucky and benefited from that. Like they always like, okay, you could do more. They always pushed me to do more. They always wanted me to be the best.
Yeah.
So I say my teachers, all of them, so none of them can feel left out.
See, and that's, man, I'm glad. Because, see, when I remember I was I think I was the 4th or 5th grade, and I was in English class, and I was having a hard time reading. It just, like, the words just, like, it got mixed up, right? And it just wasn't doing right. So I focused on this one play. It's very intriguing. It's like, it was a Greek play about Athena and different things. I'm trying to remember exactly everything that was in it, but it was a long poem and everything. And I loved it so much. I actually did the research on it, and I knew everything about it. So when the teacher asked me, she was like, "Hey, bro, what about this?" And I just started spouting and going into detail. And she's like, instead of being, giving me like some good affirmation, it was kind of like a backhanded a compliment. She said, "Oh, you did a great job. Too bad you ain't do a great job doing this year. You got to go to summer school." And she said that in front of everybody, bro. I'm like, dang, you put my business out there, Pippin. You know, like, dang. So, but it did teach me, handle business, man, and you don't have to be going to summer school. But it was terrible, bro. It was terrible. Now, like, what was the most valuable lesson that your teachers taught you?
It was to always be prepared. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Ooh. That's something that was never mentioned to me, but like that's something I always had to keep up. Like there were some teachers who didn't accept things not the way they stated, and you had to have that self-discipline to be able to get the assignments done in a timely manner.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's that. I forgot who told me that saying. And it was like, I think it was the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. So it's proper planning prevents poor performance. And then they said proper planning prevents piss poor performance. And they said it's the 6 Cs. Yeah, 6 Ps, sorry. And I was like, yeah, they said so. They said always plan properly. And one thing I learned, because we have sayings, but it's so rigid, like proper planning. But what happens when things don't go as planned, right? So now you have to be adaptive, but that's not part of the plan. So, but but we don't tell like as mentors or leaders, they don't tell us to be adaptive. They don't tell us to be flexible. Like, hey, everything ain't gonna go as planned. Life is a roller coaster, and they don't give us that instructions. But sometimes, it's one of those things. I feel like it's one of those things that we have to figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Like,
so, what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if you were a mentor to someone who was struggling to find their path, using anime as an inspiration, what lessons for your life would you pass on to them?
I'll go with Jaden Yuki from GX from the 4th season of which wasn't in the United States, it was only sub. But that's when he went to depression because he just had to fight for his life for the last 3 seasons, so his friends died. And he was at his lowest.
Yeah.
But he worked through it. And he seen everybody was graduating, everything was finalizing, but he was able to work through it. He talked to his mentor, played his idol Yugi, played a duel against him, and that like helped him like regain his passion for dueling again. Because he was just dueling because he was better than everybody, but he didn't have the passion behind it. Yeah. And I'll say to the person, like, take your time. You're gonna feel sad. There's gonna be downs, and you have to accept it, but you can't stay there.
I like that. Sidebar real quick. Since I am talking to the anime man, what do you think about Netflix's, they did Bucky and they did Kinjin and they had them versus each other. What do you think about that?
Oh, I actually watched it. I kind of went how I expected. They wanted to in wrestling protect both shows.
Mm-hmm.
So one would get one win, another would get another win, a minor character.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the main characters, of course you can't have either one win.
Yeah.
So you had to find a way to end it. And they had his dad, I forgot the other person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So do you think Yuki Ohama is gonna? They was talking about doing another one where they're gonna have the dads fight. Do you think they're gonna do that?
Yeah, but it's probably gonna end similarly unless there's a story reason why, or like something that can lead them to make more money because everything's still a business. Because if you have like the one person who's great and the other person who's great, there's only one way to end.
Yeah, there has to be one winner. It has to. Yeah, no, you're right. That's cool. Hey, I do got another question. Like, so I'm one of my top 5 animes of all time is Ranma One Half. I'm not sure if you ever so Ranma One Half is basically it's an old 90s anime, and it's basically about a young man who's Japanese. He went to China to train with his dad, and then he ended up going in this I guess these cursed pools, and if you fall in it, then you turn into a whatever the person who died or thing that died in this pool. So he ended up going in this pool that of water that a girl drowned in. So since he touched the water, he turned into a girl, and then only hot water can turn him back into a boy, and any type of cold water turns into a girl. And so, long story short, he goes back to Japan. His father, who now he fell in a pool, but not as a female, but as a panda. So now he turns into a panda. They explain the situation to his good friend, and now he's engaged to his friend's, his father's friend's daughter, and now they're staying there. He's supposed to be taking over the school, and so the reason I bring this up, right? He's highly competitive. It's always other people that come as suitors to try to take her hand, Akane's hand, to marry her. And he try to act like he don't like her, right? But he's very competitive. He fights against them, and it leads me to my next question: is like, how has being competitive, in your life, taught you to be, those valuable lessons that you adapt to outside of the game and into your life and your career?
I'm a hyper competitive person. Like I used to be more competitive, but like college, I really mellowed out and learned how to channel it. So like I said before, pick and choose when I go into, because I made a lot of mistakes with my competitiveness of like I had like said something that not like the worst things in the world, but are not made no sense to say. It's just being competitive, and like it taught me to that's when I learned how to pick and choose of I need the competitive to keep myself driven, because when you get low, you need that one thing that's gonna keep you going, and that feeling of defeat. I hate losing. A lot of people do, so that it helps me like on one hand to sum it all up, it helps me keep going, but it also taught me to stay back and not take everything too seriously.
And honestly, did that help your gameplay a lot? Where now you're not taking things seriously, you allow the game to come to you, and now you're able to pace it. And now you're not, I guess, you're not trying to chase the pace of the game. You're allowing the pace to come to you. And does it allow you to go into a tunnel vision where now you can adapt to the game a lot faster?
Yeah, I'll say that because my natural playstyle is, even though I play Akuma, my natural playstyle fits more a guy, which he's a zoner. He sits back and he pretty much pressures opponent with fireballs. So that's like really my playstyle, which is like my number one goal is to slow the game down and have my opponent come to me with I have the life lead, and they have to engage, because then I can react. Because if I try to match speed with speed, I'm not going to be able to keep up.
So you like them to come to you.
Yeah.
When they're trying to be proactive, they coming to you and you're reacting off them. And then once you react off them to a good defense, you come pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And now they on their heels. Okay, I see how you play. Oh, you're a threat. You're a threat. All right. I can't play games with you. I tried with my stepsons back in the day, and they got so good. They started doing timing, everything from the controllers, man. They got so insane with it. I just that's when I retired the sticks. I was like, I'm done. And I tried to start going on PC gaming, right? I started trying to do PC gaming. And then they just started they knew everything. So, and I just I kind of stopped PC gaming and everything. I'm like, y'all not taking anime away from me. So, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, because I play against professionals sometimes and they don't make mistakes. I can't see our opening sometimes. I'm just I don't know what to do because there's just there's nothing to take apart.
Dang. So okay, so you just gotta wait for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. So I got this question for you. If you could combine anime and gaming, what life skills would you say are the most transferable between the two worlds?
Life skills between anime and gaming?
Yeah.
I'll say individuality because most, I watched a lot of shonen, most of them are be yourself and then be the champion. And then with fighting games, you gotta have to find your place. You gotta have to find your play style, how you think, and then of course adapt to your opponent, but force them to play your game. If you play in their game, then you're just doing what they want. So if you force you to be yourself, then you're going to have to hopefully force them to play into your hands.
I got you. When was the last movie that came out for Street Fighter? I'm trying to think. It was the one. Dang, where was it? Was it recently or that was 2010? I'm trying to think. Yeah, the last anime Street Fighter movie that came out. It's been a minute, right?
Because there was one for Tekken that was most recent.
Yeah, that was most recent. And the one, because I remember Akuma and Ryu didn't want to turn into him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I forgot.
That's probably earlier.
Yeah, that's
early 2000s.
That was the last one. Do you know if they coming out with any more movies for Street Fighter?
Not that I heard of.
Dang, man. Dang. I love that action pack. You know what I'm saying? Because Ryu is my guy. I love Ken, but you know what I'm saying? Or Ryu, as someone say. Yeah. So all right. If you can give one piece of advice and that's inspired by your favorite anime that helped you go from unnoticeable to being, well known as you are, what would it be?
So my favorite anime is Yu-Gi-Oh! So what life lessons did we get from him? There's the power of friendship where he had everybody drew the smiley face on their hand the first episode. Or how he's loyal. I go with loyal because Yugi's monster was a Tem, and then not a Tem, Dark Magician, and then that's a Tem's favorite monster. And then Yugi also had Dark Magician, so that loyalty throughout timelines of that can help you become more well known because I was always somebody who's around people, then everybody who helped me. I always try to help them, always try to stay loyal to them. So I would say that.
Okay. Now, last question before we, get to the guy. If your life had an anime soundtrack, what type of music would you play during the most challenging and also the most victorious moments of your life?
It's from Bleach, Blood War. Ooh, it's that number one song that that lady is singing. That's you want to play that to Darkest Moment because it's going to give you that energy to give you that jump start. And then when you win, you're number one.
Okay. You know what? For me, Samurai Shampoo. Man, that soundtrack, I listen to that soundtrack at least once a week. Like I know it's old, but I love it because the jazz, like the moves, everything it fit that whole anime from start to finish. And I always, when I think about it, it always like fits for me. And then second for me is what's it called? Dang, it's the one with Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
You know, yeah, it's slow, but you know what I'm saying. It has like, I don't know, it's like it has a lot of sorrow in
that
it.
jazz.
Yeah. And so it gets me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So before we get out of here, though, I want the people to listen to you, whatever you have. The floor is yours. You talk about anything you want, sir.
Anything. So I want to first thank you for having me and inviting me to be on the podcast.
No problem.
You can find everybody who's watching. Let's Get the podcast. This is a prototype sweater that I'm making. Yeah. It's a color block. And you can catch me on all platforms, YouTube, of course. I have 107 episodes out, so give it a listen. Yeah. And big things are coming. I just need to finalize everything, but I keep saying that, but things are coming.
Nah, it's big things coming. You said it, it's in there. It's an atmosphere. So big things are coming, man. Look at you. Hey, show off your sweater, man. Hey, that thing tight. Yo, I got to go on your site and get me one right now, for real, for sure. I got to get me one. Hey, grab it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, babe. I like that. So thank you so much for joining us, Ezekiel. To everyone tuning in, be sure to check out Ezekiel's social media and his projects and his podcast that's out right now. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring conversations like this one. Until next time, remember to find your inner hero, just like your favorite anime. Peace.